Welcome to this new episode, and today it's about cacao with Andrew, aka the Cacao King. How are you, Andrew?
Amazing, how are you?
Very well indeed. So, cacao, it's a wonderful resource, isn't it? And Andrew has been in cacao for quite a while now, right? He's got a beautiful brand called Cacao King, and he's also a dweller of Koh Phangan for well over a year. So very exciting to talk about cacao today. First of all, I'd like to ask you, Andrew, what is your journey in life up until now, and how did you get into cacao?
So, my journey with cacao started when I was a child, and it was actually one of my first jobs was actually to sell chocolate. So ironically, my father had an idea to, buy chocolate, and I would resell it and going door to door, and that was actually one of my first jobs making money. And then when I got older, I moved to Hawaii. I was super inspired by the spirit of aloha and sharing on the island, that I too wanted to have something to share to the community, to the people of Kauai, Hawaii. And I started sharing cacao nibs to my friends. And I just saw how it raised the vibe, like not one notch, but 10.
Wow, so, and you, of course, are from the United States, and you lived in Hawaii as well. And more recently, you decided to launch this brand, the Cacao King. Can you tell us a little bit of the story behind it?
Yeah, so I first started selling cacao with the name of High Vibe Superfoods. Because like I said in the story, I noticed that how cacao raised the vibe between me and my friends.
Sure.
So when I started High Vibe Superfoods, I would just go bag it up in a plastic bag, put a nice label on it. I would have a backpack kind of looking like a traveling backpacker in the US, and I would go throughout the festival just sharing cacao.
In festivals,
Yeah,
like
exactly,
music festivals.
exactly.
Very nice, yeah.
So kept doing that, and then I kept doing that, and came to Central America, worked with the indigenous people, learned how they do the cacao ceremonies, learned how they harvest the cacao, maintain the trees, and I got to be with them visit them for the past 3 years. And then I would come back to America, do cacao ceremonies, do chocolate making workshops.
Of course, I attended a few ceremonies that were very well run by you on the island here. And later on, we're also going to do a little bit of an explanation on how to prepare a cup of ceremonial cacao, right? But let's talk about the benefits of cacao. First of all, I'll maybe introduce what are the well-known scientific benefits related to your physical body. Cacao is a bitter element. It's very high in flavonoids, very good antioxidants. It's got some good quality, healthy fat in it. And of course, it's also a stimulant of sort, so it can sharpen your focus, it can wake you up, and it's very, very, very nutritious. But what are the benefits of cacao more from an esoteric or ceremonial perspective?
So one of the things with cacao is that it actually can release DMT within the mind, right? Releasing DMT. So it's funny that I say that because, when I introduce cacao to people who may have never even heard of cacao, or when you're at a party and you're just feeling so hyped up and you want to share what you have with people, and people are like, is there drugs in this? Like, is this gonna make me trip out? And I like to say no, but really it can release DMT within the mind, and it also, people can have a sort of a mild psychoactive effect, so I would say it's a stimulant other than coffee, because I would say it's not as much caffeine, but it has another molecule in it which is called anandamide, which is considered the bliss molecule.
Yeah, okay, sounds lovely. And I've been to many cacao ceremonies, and very often the cacao ceremony focus is the heart, and it says that sharing cacao with other people in a ceremonial context is very good for opening your heart, right? And I've been to different ceremonies. I really love yours, the way you hold them. I've been also to ceremonies where there is a cacao first, and then a mixture of music, dance, and sort of like exercises with other people in order to create this special connection. Yeah. So would you say cacao is great for connecting to others and opening their heart?
Absolutely. The indigenous people would consider cacao as heart blood, and it's a great stimulant and a great drink to actually really connect with individuals, especially in a group setting and community setting.
Yeah, sounds lovely. And can you tell us a little bit more about you and Koh Phangan? I mean, how did you end up here, and what do you think of the island?
So I had a friend invite me to come out to Thailand, and at the time I had the money, so I was like, okay, cool. I'll spend my time in Central America, and then after I'll come to Thailand. And so coming out here and never been to Thailand before, and I had wanted to go in the past, and when I came out here, it was something different. There was something different about it, and I knew the culture was different. Something about it was different, and then, you know, for a little while traveling throughout Thailand, I came to Koh Phangan. I had heard about this place years ago, traveling with a friend in the U.S. who was actually originally from Russia, but he had lived here and told me about it. And then I found out that I knew multiple people who were already on the island, friends that I had known throughout traveling and friends that I had met along my journey. And I'm grateful to be here.
Absolutely, and I know that since you've been living in Thailand, you also started sourcing local cacao, is that right?
Yes, that's
so
right.
this one is 100% organic Thailand ceremonial cacao. And how is the quality of the cacao in Thailand?
It's good. It's actually really good. You know, it's very interesting to taste different fruits, for example, from different countries. Like, say in Hawaii, a coconut from Hawaii tastes a little bit different than a coconut in Thailand.
Yeah.
You know, a mango, you know, can taste a little bit different than a mango in Thailand. So the cacao is definitely different. You know, considered from like South America, Central America, things that I've tried. And I'm really happy and really grateful that I was able to find a really beautiful organic source of cacao. So not only that, so that we can share with the beautiful people here in Koh Phangan and to Thailand.
Because of course you have an established internet business in the US, and the cacao there is from Central America or South America?
It's from South America. It's from Ecuador, and we ship worldwide.
Very, very, very nice indeed. You know, cacao is one of these things that can be used as a treat. You can have it as a healthy snack every once in a while. Of course, I would particularly not encourage people to have it just before going to bed.
But well, it depends if you want to stay up and dance or something. Yeah.
But yes, it is definitely a lovely, fruit coming from nature, and the way you present it and you package it is 100% pure, and there's no additives, nothing added to it. So that's just the way. And also I know that I tried your nibs, and also you have more like blocks, cacao blocks, is that right?
Exactly. So the ceremonial cacao is going to be in that block form. And what I like to, I personally like the ceremonial cacao compared to the cacao powder. When I was traveling in Costa Rica, I met a cacao connoisseur and inventor of things, and he was telling me how cacao powder may leach nutrients from your body.
Oh.
And then it made sense, because when I went back to the tribe in Panama, when they would extract the fat content or the cacao butter, the byproduct would go bad within 3 to 4 days. So it's interesting that, the indigenous people would use the full cacao for the drinks.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So now are you going to show us how to make a lovely cacao cup, for ceremonial purposes? What are going to be the ingredients for this ceremonial cacao drink?
So to make this wonderful, beautiful cup of ceremonial cacao, I like to use hot water, coconut milk, honey, obviously Cacao King ceremonial cacao, cinnamon, cardamom, Himalayan salt, and cayenne.
Wow, that's lovely. So we are looking forward to it. So thank you for now, and let's get going.
Let's do it. All right, so we got hot water. We got the frother. We have cardamom, cinnamon, cayenne, the honey, Himalayan salt, coconut milk, Cacao King ceremonial cacao, and our cup. So what I like to do before making a cup is just taking a deep breath, make a little offering for the Creator, a nice prayer, nice gratitude. Thank you for this day. May this cup of cacao nourish, bless, and support living a healthy life. Aho. Amen. And so it is. So we're going to start with the ceremonial cacao in the cup. Put a nice chunk in there. I like to do about half hot water, half coconut milk. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dashes of cardamom. 1, 2, 3 dashes of cinnamon. 1 dash of cayenne. Put a very, very small sprinkle of salt for minerals and flavor. Cayenne will also help with the stimulation of the blood. Putting some honey in here. And the honey for me I like to put in at the end because that's where the love is. And when I put the honey in, I like to put a shape of a heart in there.
I like these details, you know, very pretty.
Now we're ready for the frother. So this is very beautiful. It's a very just simple handheld frother. And I'll just put it in. It's really nice when you got that coconut milk in there. A nice frothy cup of cacao. Shake it around. Do a nice dab. See the nice bubbles in there?
Lovely. Wow, so that's the way to go, eh?
Simple.
Andrew, thank you very much for this little chat today. So very interesting to see you in action making the cacao and also presenting your beautiful Cacao King to the world. So, cap un cap.
Cap un cap. Thank you so much. Thank you, Luca.